Alright, we are playing the old league. It's against VRSmith. I don't know what really makes it the old league, but that's what I'm calling it. This board has Kind Emperor, which means you get to have all the actions you could ever want. I guess we're gonna start River Shrine. Probably. We have Amass here, we also have Kind Emperor, so we should be getting into pretty consistent stuff. There's Village, there's Draw, really everything you could ever want, plus buy. Probably treasure maps for payload, although we'll see how it works out, or if it just goes piles. Yeah, we're going to start out Amass for River Shrine, and then make a decision here. Oh, I apparently don't know how this thing works. That's okay, we are going to take debt this turn anyway. Well, no, that's not true. I just don't know how this thing works. I don't know how tax works. That's what it is. There we go. That's better. The question is basically, are we going to take a second River Shrine, or are we going to take like a Falconer with this next one? I could kind of see going either way on this. The idea being, like, if they collide, Falconer's a little bit better. If they don't collide, River Shrine's a little bit better. Certainly to get a little bit more trash down to start out with. That said, if you open 2 River Shrines, it could be kind of tough to get your Falconer before Kind Emperor, like, goes. On the other hand, it could actually be kind of easy because, like, if you're doing more River Shrines, eventually you'll have Village, and then you can take Swap, take Falconer, take whatever. So I'm kind of liking, this is the game in action. I just need to make sure that it wasn't the Great Leader, if that's the other one. Anyways, we'll do 2 of these. That's sure an interesting 5. What do you amass with it? Okay, I mean, I can believe in either, going either way. What are we taxing? I don't even know. This is during cleanup, right? And taxes during buy phase. Yeah, I don't think it matters what we try to tax here. I don't even know. I mean, we're gonna gain some ports, I think. I guess we could gain Plaza to start out, and ports with our 2 plazas is actually probably a little bit better. I guess the thing is, like, if we miss the second River Shrine, we'll be a lot happier to have ports. Anyways, what are we adding debt to? Maybe Old Witch Pile? That seems reasonable. Let's do it that way. And then I'm going to take ports. Because if I miss the River Shrine like this, I'm going to go ahead and amass a Falconer and be a whole lot happier to have. Yeah. I guess we could also take a swap. Yeah. Getting 5 a lot. Your River Shrine also missed, which is probably a good thing for me. Yeah, this is fine. Do we just want a bunch of ports? I guess so. I'm gonna have to swap this port out. I mean, we could swap it for a River Shrine. That seems actually pretty okay. We would gain an action to hand, which could be Falconer. Yeah, I like this. I like this move. Falconer, gain, who the hell knows. Maybe Plaza. I could like another swap, but I don't know. What are we taxing? Swap. Plaza. Ports. Okay, now we should be running from here. We're gonna gain a swap. We can swap things into old witches. Everything will be amazing. Swap. Old witch. Falconer gain. Plaza maybe? I don't know if it's really that necessary to be gaining something right now when we could get ports later. You have your Falconer in hand. Like, what is with that? Yes. Okay, this can go to maybe another old witch, maybe a swap, probably another swap. Yeah. Might swap out this river shrine. This time for an old witch. Or for another swap, probably for another swap. So then at some point we can go like, wow, this can go into swap. And this can go into swap. And then I'm going to swap something like this Plaza that I just failed to swap. Well, maybe we just want all the swaps. Do I, like, lose next turn if I do that? Maybe. I guess we can... No, we can totally do this. So this is going to go into another swap. Then this one goes into Falconer. We react these. River Shrine out some stuff. I didn't get all the swaps, that's disappointing. Oh well. River Shrine out some stuff. And, well, no, we can top deck a port. Why wouldn't we do that? And then tax a something, and then gain the last ports. What are we taxing? Maybe province? I don't know. I also don't know if I don't just, like, lose this next turn. It seems like a possibility. What would be the thing that would pile? Maybe a state on me? Probably not. Golds. Maybe we just do province. Island. River Shrine. None of this makes sense. We'll do island. Gain those two. I'm going to try to pile curses this next turn as me. Do I actually want to do this? Probably not. I'm going to say this was probably a good board to be player 1 on. Ow. We're going to try to pile. What are we going to try to pile anyways? Falconer? I could do. I mean, curse, most likely, actually. 7 swaps. Curse. I mean, curse is the most scoring thing. So, probably that. I don't think you're going to win this turn, because you only have the 3 swaps, which puts it pretty seemingly out of range. Maybe not. We're just going to have to try to give a bunch of curses. Alright, so our goal is basically give however many curses and pile the islands. That seems reasonable. How do you have a Falconer? That ticks me off, because this is going to be like island gains that are going to actually be really tough to come back from. Let's see, what is this? This is still like 14 points. Might be doable. Seriously? Man. We might need treasure maps, actually. Okay. I guess another old witch. I'm kind of waiting on these to know more of what's going on with my deck. Maybe like Falconer, and then we get ourselves some islands. I mean, we're definitely trying to pile this turn, so yeah, I mean, we want the islands. We're gonna need the islands. Sure. I mean, we can always swap out of them later if needed. This Plaza can just get played. Plausibly to like Falconer, I guess Old Witch. We can swap out of the other last Old Witch when needed. Whoops, that was not supposed to get played then. It's alright, we'll get over it. This goes into Falconer, which will regain support. This goes into Falconer, which will gain me some islands. Or maybe I need treasure maps. How many swaps? I have 3 swaps left, so is this actually going to work? Holy cow, that's loud. So 3 Falconers can gain me map, ports. And then what? And we lose. This last island is not good. I guess we can actually swap directly into maps, then not end up piling. I think I'm just kind of toast. We get to trash 2 curses, but I think I'm well short on points. So what are we gonna do? We could also try to pile curses. I'd be like, Old Witch, 2 Old Witches, and a what? Pile curses, we're short. So I guess we're going to need some treasure maps and probably a candlestick maker and just score as much as possible. I mean, lowering this much is just sure to lose the game, but oh well. This goes into Candlestick Maker. And then we Province Duchy. I mean, it's a point lead. It's not going to be actually useful. It's definitely going to lose. Which sucks. I mean, I feel like if you don't have that, Falconer in hand, I win. So that was kind of that. Unfortunately, that sucked. Yeah. Then you just need to get the curse. Yeah. Ugh. I felt like I did well there, and then it just fell apart at the end. I don't know. It's alright. As I say, I mean, if you didn't have the Falconer in hand, I won, so that was not good that you had the Falconer in hand. I don't know how much you could anticipate that, but whatever. That's okay. Alright, on to the next board. Let's hope not to have this happen again. This looks ugly. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're gonna Alms for 2 changes. I can change up into Berserker and be pretty happy about that. Gain yourself some Minstrels. I don't know, like maybe go Inventor first. I guess there's this other thing that Inventor Alms works wellish together, although I think I'd like to trash down some, just because there's Royal Blacksmith here, although it's unclear how well Royal Blacksmith does it. Any of this? Maybe you go like 1 Inventor, 1 change? I don't know. Or do you just go double Inventor and get your Berserkers, get your Displaces? The main tough thing here is Royal Blacksmith being the draw. Other than that, you can kind of just work a good deck. I guess last game, the thing that should have happened is I should have been reacting my Falconers on my second to last turn, because then you get extra gains out of them. In any case. Oh, good, at another 2-5 that is way better than not 2-5. Yeah, do we do another Inventor or do we do a change? That's the question. I'm trying to think of like orderings here that, yeah, let's do a change. And they're gonna collide. Amazing. That just, like, ruins my day completely. Sigh. Are yours gonna collide? No. Do we take a Minstrel here, or do we just keep taking? I mean, the idea is we're gonna get, like, 2 Minstrels, at least 2 Minstrels down here. That's the hope anyways, but there's a good possibility that I don't. I should be seeing change. Okay. Do we just take a bunch of Minstrel? Well, we take Minstrel, Berserker, Minstrel. is better than losing an estate. Maybe? Well, I only take one debt into... Yeah, right. Well, the thing is, to clear the debt, I have to... Yeah. To clear the debt, I have to play treasures, which is not perfect. But on the other hand, I do like taking the estate out. So... Yeah, look at this immediately sucking. It's alright. I mean, we get 2 minstrels out of the deal. It's not all bad. I'm going to change this estate into, I don't know, Inventor. I guess I'm not going to change the estate into anything. I'm going to change whatever it is that this minstrel draws. Maybe into, like, Squire or something. Oh, no, it is an estate. How lucky or fortunate or whatever word it is that I'd like to use here. Probably into Inventor. Yeah. I'd like to find the change this turn, because I'd like to get a Blacksmith soon. I'm having this thing where I'm going back to last game, going like, you need points, you need points. Look at that tunnel. I need points. What do we want? Another Inventor. I think we could take tunnels. I mean, at some point we'd like to just go into a bunch of debt and take the Blacksmith and have draw. I am going to be shuffle triggering this next turn, so now might be the time. Let's do it. And do we actually ever need to pay this off? Hopefully not. I mean, we do, because we're going to want another Blacksmith at some point, but... I'm also very concerned that you just, like, take all the tunnels and then I lose. Is that a thing that can happen? Probably. There we go. I gotta find out how much village I actually have. I got 5 of them. That's not so bad. Alright, probably want to play this change because at some point I would like another Blacksmith. And that's how I'm producing money. Probably we Berserker for a tunnel. Under the, you know, theory of being scared from last game. And maybe we just take like Squire Duchy. Is that fine? Displace, maybe? What can I displace, anyways? Like coppers into good thing? That seems alright. Maybe we'll do it. I don't know that I'm going to have, like, the greatest turns ever, but... the idea is basically just going to be get us to one more Blacksmith, and then things will be better. Yeah, look at that. Look at that gold gain. Minstrel Tunnel. Amazing. I wonder at what point we give up on the Blacksmith. I mean, we still have 2 villages in there. I think we're giving up on the Blacksmith right now. I'll just make sure we play this Berserker. I am glad that we gave up on the Blacksmith. Okay. I mean, we could just take 2 tunnels. Poacher? Any good? I guess it's cantrippy. I don't know. It's like, how many more turns do we have? Probably enough. I mean, I can beat the tunnels with duchies. Will be the hope. Anyways. This is not a inspiring starting hand. But there's still Minstrel, Blacksmith in the bottom of the deck. Okay, well. Do I want to put anything into this shuffle? More Poachers? I'm going to put 1 more Poacher in. And we have to trigger this, right? Like, there's no way around that. Yeah. Hopefully we just get enough around. You know, for having supposed hand size troubles, I sure am playing with a lot of Poachers. I'm gonna do gain like Duchy. So we're gonna Berserker Poacher. I could displace Inventor into Duchy or something. Or I could gain a Duchy straight up. Let's get our second Blacksmith. See how this turn goes. Gaining a lot of gold. You saw your Blacksmith last turn. I don't know that this is actually good. I don't think you're playing another Minstrel. Well, for lots of reasons. Maybe like that instead. I just don't know what like your third pile is most of what I'm thinking here. Like I could gain this tunnel and still be pretty happy because, as I say, what's your third pile? Or we could just not find anything ever. Okay, that's bad. Oh my god. What a terrible draw. Maybe I should just be not playing that Poacher. I don't know. State, Squire, Silver. It's just so annoying. I mean, Like, maybe I'm getting beat up by this Displace thing anyways, but I'm also just kind of ticked because this shuffle is not working and I don't really get to find out. I mean, do we take, like, copper to province here? Maybe. It doesn't seem like the most unreasonable thing ever. I think this Displace thing is substantially better. I'm just so irritated by this shuffle that I don't know really what to say. We could go like copper to Displace if I think I need to be scoring with provinces, which maybe I do. I'm trying to do this Inventor thing when the correct thing to be doing is this Displace thing. Is most of the problem with this game. It's not actually this points issue, it's just I'm playing the wrong deck. Which can happen. Province. Yeah, I'm going to take this up into province. There's no need to be... They just go after estates, I wonder. Wow. A lot of money. This should happen now. I guess we can displace a Poacher before the shuffle. Yeah, sure. Am I going to find the other Blacksmith or not? That's the real question here. The answer is no, I'm not. It's annoying. That is annoying. Maybe like Inventor, Duchy. You're taking a lot of points here. I take like a ride. I mean, I'm trying to get it so that I can take a bunch of duchies in one turn. I just don't think that's really going to be viable. Just keep trying to... Nope. Okay. Oh my god. These turns ever not work. That's just awful. I mean, I was playing the wrong deck. I wish the turns had worked too. It wasn't like the first game. The first game I felt like I was doing pretty well, and I mean, I actually straight up would have won had you not had the Falconer in hand, but that one just so annoying. Okay, what's going on here? We have villages, we have draw. The one thing that's a little bit annoying is there's no trashing, but we'll live with it. Sleigh, Wayfarer is not really a thing. Well, it is a thing, but it's also not really a thing. I don't know. Stockpile Wayfarer is kind of a thing. You can open like double Stockpile and like Stockpile for a Wayfarer or whatever. It might be a little bit tough to get a village, wealthy village going. I mean, I don't think you're going to be playing with knights so much. We'll see. Anyways, we'll take Stockpile here, and then I don't know if we're going to pair it with another Stockpile or an alley. Actually, that's really not a question at all. We're pairing it with another Stockpile, right? Because what we would like to do is we'd like to get, like, Hunting Lodge, Stockpile Wayfarer on the next shuffle, which is probably not happening with an alley, given that a single Stockpile only gives us up to 10. Yeah. So this one will be Stockpile Wayfarer. And then this will be Alley, because I missed 5. This will be Alley, because why not? Because I'd like to hit 5. And the village I should get will be Dame Molly? No. It'll be Hunting Lodge. And I was really hoping to see the Wayfarer here, but no such luck. This will be Stockpile Wayfarer. Maybe Stockpile Seas. That'll give us a little bit of more opportunity on the stockpiles. We have the Wayfarer in there. We have like Wayfarer Stockpile here, alright. I'm convinced. I don't think I want that silver yet. Okay. Wayfarer. Alley. I think it was an okay time for the Sea's turn. Maybe we'll regret that later, but I think I'm okay with it, largely. Next trick is going to be get ourselves up to a wealthy village or whatever other payload options we want, which could look like Gondola, Silver, something like that, one of these turns. Or I guess Gondola, the Wayfarer, will gain the silver for us. Are you kidding me? Damn it. I swear to God. How do these people do that? Dame Anna. Alright. What are we going to do about this? I think I'd like to hit... I don't know. I'm just ticked about the Dame Anna. Well, I could go like Gondola, Hunting Lodge, Sylvia, maybe? I want the Gondola for sure. Let's do that. Just be Gondola, double Hunting Lodge. I don't know that the Knights are the best thing ever quite yet. It's just going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to recover stuff. Let's do it this way. How do you get Dame Anna? Jeez. I feel like I'm going crazy here. So much for no trashing. I mean, the good news is my deck should work a little bit better, I want to say, because I have, like, you know, Hunting Lodges in it. The bad news is, like, can we sustain this in the long term? I don't know. Will I want another silver? Will I want Sleighs? I'm going to take, like, Sleigh Wayfarer or something. I don't know. What is this? Dame Anna. Gosh dang. Like, it's just so disheartening. Okay. What do we do on 8? It could be Wayfarer Hunting Lodge, or Wayfarer Dame Sylvia, if I gain the silver. So probably let's do that. Wayfarer Hunting Lodge, Wayfarer Dame Sylvia, Wayfarer, ugh. I kind of like another Hunting Lodge. I guess we need to play the alleys before the Hunting Lodge. Since chances are, well, I don't actually think we're going to end up discarding, so... Since next turn this, and just take like Sleigh plus another Hunting Lodge or Sylvia finally. I think I'm just going to not worry about knights and try to build up the proper deck here. It's maybe overly ambitious given that Anna's sitting right there. Okay, that was actually more fine than expected, considering my abundance of Hunting Lodges. Can I not find a silver? Okay, good. Sword, that's fine. Gondola can disappear. I've got my loot. It says plus buy on it. I also wonder if there's just like a big old Conquest deck you can be playing. There's too many cards to... Do I stop? Yeah, I stop. What are we buying with it? Wealthy Village plus... Who knows? Should also remember that you have C's left. Yeah, it's just way too much. Well, no, there's a Wayfarer in there. Let's go over it. Please? Okay. Maybe Wealthy Village and a little bit more draw, maybe? Okay, Scroll's good. I don't know. Wayfarer? Well, Scroll's not the most amazing. Let me just do 2 Wealthy Villages then. Kind of feel like I need a little bit more draw in the deck. See what the knights hit this turn. Nothing. That's what they're hitting this turn, is nothing. Do it this way, that's fine. Okay. I like not putting the horses in. What are we going to spell scroll for? We could spell scroll for Wealthy Village during the buy phase. It's a possibility. Just like play Sleigh. I do need to think about scoring a little bit at some point, but I have to be really worried about your C's that we haven't seen yet. can get played, I think. Maybe we just take another wealthy village in a province. I mean, at some point there's going to be these giant conquests that, I don't know. Things are getting low enough that like you do have some possible ability to win, I think. At least the knights aren't hitting. I mean, the real damage is Anna trashing a lot. Like we're looking at 3 buys. It may be time to start silvering. And just like wins every time Anna comes through. I mean, I could have gotten knights to try to combat it, but I just don't think they're doing enough compared to adding draw of various kinds. I have to be really scared of the sea's turn. Maybe I needed to try to combat it. It's so unlikely that you're going to hit, though. Just... felt like I was doing okay in this game until, that showed up. Okay, Wayfarer disappears. It's annoying, but oh well. We're gonna have to start scoring substantially soonish. Sooner than later. The more harmful part of this, rather than losing the Wayfarer, is actually just seeing 2 of them go by, which of course represents some amount of draw. I mean, the thing is, like, you can build up the villages, or you can build up the plus buy and then do a lot more conquest stuff. Like, I expect this to be 2 wealthy villages, because, I mean, I'm not going to pile on you with that. Like, I've used my siege turn. I only have, 3 buys. I guess I have the hammer, so actually, if you can't be taking 2 wealthy villages, never mind. The wealthy village province. Doubloons is really good for me to see. Which is better, day mana or plus buy? Find out in this exciting game. Alright, so this is going to be gain Wayfarer with the hammer and some amount of province. Discard this. I don't think so. And then do we go into this shuffle? I also don't think so. Like, this is fine. This is like everything we want, right? We played the Sleigh. Yeah. Okay, so let's get this Wayfarer. Let's get ourselves some provinces. Probably 2 of them. Wealthy Village is not a thing that I can be buying, right? I don't think. Let's see, you have 1+ buy, which means if you go Wealthy Village Seas, then you could definitely be winning. Okay. In that case, I think we should just be taking 2 provinces. Probably trying to win next turn. I don't know, like you have the seas, which is just so scary. Okay, obviously horse dies over Wayfarer. But it's like you have the seas, but you don't have the plus buy to use it, really. Effectively, anyways. I guess this could be province seas, but I don't see what that really does for you. And the Wealthy Village seas isn't going to get there. I don't really lose 2 horses. Well, you have to be thinking that's necessary. The seas isn't going to get there, though you could get a lot of, silvers. Do some conquesting, but you're not. My big conquest is... well, it's more points than the province, certainly. Like, you double here, and you lose, I think. We should note that Jules is going to be on the bottom, not Allie's. Something to remember. I don't know whether to be taking this. I mean, have we seen a single loot go by? We saw the hammer go by. That's actually a little bit problematic. Because it does mean I need to draw back around to it in order to win. I think a single conquest beats this, so if we're going to go after the win, we have to gain a lot of silver, and we also have to somehow draw the hammer. Well, I don't know how many Wayfarers I actually have. I mean, 2 have gone into the trash. How many Wayfarers did you have? 3, probably. 1, 2... oh, maybe I have 5. If I have 5 Wayfarers left, I win. If I don't, I lose. Or not lose, but I'm in a tougher spot. On the other hand, I'm not scoring with provinces, which means I'm definitely scoring with conquest. And I might as well just be taking the silvers. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I might also get to 3 provinces that way. Are we just gonna dud? Okay, not quite yet. Okay, we played 4 Wayfarers, which is going to be dreadfully insufficient. Alright, yeah. I mean... Okay, so... I also didn't get the Sleigh, so there goes all my horse power. So this is just going to gain silver and then Conquest 3 times, and hope the deck somehow works through it. I mean, I only played 4 Wayfarers, so... yeah. And I only had 4 Wayfarers. I mean, I do have a bit of a issue. Right. Where you can kind of just do the same thing. Although less well. I think the province is okay. I don't know if we go after stuff with the alley here. I guess so. Like, we find a hunting lodge and the turn works, so it's not the end of the world. Your turn will be working. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not automatic that we find a hunting lodge and the turn works. It's just... huh. Okay. I'm just going to province here and hope for the best. I suspect you just win on seas. Go like seas and whatever, and then we'll see. Oh, that's a bad turn. Okay, well, we're just going to win this game. Let's see if I have to play the... no, I don't. Sword. Okay. Well, we won one of them. I'm not so sure what good things happen there. I hope you don't have a 5-2, because that would tick me off really badly. That would tick me off a lot, considering that everything costs 5, and we're going to be opening double silver. What do you do on 5-2? Probably Pilgrim. Try to spike Forge. I don't know. Could also just do Sanctuary. Your pause here makes me think you have a 5-2, because otherwise you're just clicking silver twice. Unbelievable. That'd be like 4 games in a row. Not that it mattered in the first game, but just, you know. You definitely are have a 5 here. Gosh dang. What are we doing? Like... Maybe Pilgrim or Sanctuary. I mean, I have the 2 silvers, so... It should be Pilgrim. Right? Like, Forge is just going to be better than... Yeah. Well, we also want to spike Citadel. Right. We can go Pilgrim Sanctuary. That's a good thing to do. Am I skipping more silvers? Maybe. Probably. Yeah, I think so. I guess the other thing you could do is you get War Chest. That's actually a really good card here, isn't it? That'll be what I buy this turn. Unless I want the Forge, which maybe I do. Sure would get you thin a lot quicker. Let's do it. This will be War Chest. This turn will be War Chest. Gotta say, I mean, War Chest does seem like a good card on a board with stuff. You're probably getting a Citadel pretty soon. That's something to consider. I'm gonna take a Cursed Village. We saw Locust, so we don't have to actually worry about our Forge dying. Right. Okay, this is fine. Pretty good. Actually, Citadel. Hello. Okay. What am I going to not get? I might want a tea house. I could take another War Chest, actually. Like, I mean, taking Tea House Sanctuary in a turn's not the worst thing ever. We can, like, buy other stuff. That. Highway, tea house, maybe highway. Just buy highway. Seems fine. I guess highways are pretty good. They are pretty good. I think we're going to try to operate this without Citadel. Maybe. See, you've gotten thin through the power of opening 5. I've gotten not thin through the power of buying Forge. This turn is not going to work well. Yeah, this is bad. I don't know, War Chest could have been something else. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we really need that many highways. I mean, we need some, but... I guess you're going to be able to get 3 here. That's bad. Yeah, that's not good. It's like really actually terrible, because actually you're just going to pile them next turn. And I am going to be left without. And we're going to miss. Oh my god. Okay. So much for this game. Just bad. Okay, the Forge was not good, but there were going to be other problems. Yeah. Alright, this is done. I mean, you got 2 silvers quickly enough, but the pace was just so off from missing. Alright, what's this going to be? Like Watchtower Recruiter. This board really does have it all. I mean, it really does. Yeah, I guess Watchtower Recruiter. Seems like a decent start. See the Recruiter right away, always good. Don't see the Watchtower right away, which is, well, it's fine. What am I doing next turn? I guess we're going to play the Watchtower, which will shuffle trigger, and then we'll be pretty happy to have 2 Recruiters sitting there. Or would we like a Puka a little bit more? Maybe we'd like a Puka a little bit more. Yeah. We could also sheep this Watchtower and just like get ourselves another Recruiter straight up. That actually seems a little bit better, doesn't it? Than triggering this shuffle, which probably isn't actually going to get me anything that I particularly want. Maybe if I drew one of the action cards. This time we're going to draw with it, because this time there's enough stuff in here for me. Okay. So much for that theory. I think we're doing a little bit better. I'm going to take a Merchant Guild this turn. Do I want it on top, though? Not really. I guess we could put a Wayfarer on top. Now it's time for Merchant Guild, which I do not actually want on top of my deck. I'm going to keep the Cursed Gold around. I mean, it's just going to be extra coffer. The next trick is really going to be getting villages in the deck, whatever that's going to look like. Whatever that has to look like. Real village. I can't imagine this being anything but a Merchant Guild. I really can't. I mean, like something like a top deck Wayfarer Bazaar this next turn seems fine enough. Interesting. Here's a conundrum. We don't get the top deck. Well, let's go Wayfarer Bazaar. Guess. Not particularly satisfied with that turn. Nice to have topped up the Bazaar. I can also be recruiting silvers, notably. Particularly as we bring more in from Wayfarer, if needed. I'm gonna trash you. Okay. What would you? I'm a little scared to trash the curse. Same thing, Wayfarer, Bazaar, this time on top like they're supposed to be. It's a little bit under-aggressive on the Merchant Guild stuff, but I think I need to build up a little bit more draw. Okay. It's not like your turns are really coming together all that well. This turn will be Bazaar, another Merchant Guild. All goes according to plan. Displace, huh? Let's sheep this. If I play it, well, I get to trash an extra copper if I play it, which sure does seem good. On the other hand, I don't really need to trash. Well, alright. Displace, huh? Displace is trying to do. I mean, it's trying to displace things. What more do you want to know? Good point. I can go after, like, Duke stuff. Let me just produce a lot more money with Merchant Guilds, though. A lot more. Like, I don't know, 3 Bazaars, that doesn't seem like a very good move. Maybe get a couple more gains in the deck this turn, like double Bazaar Merchant Guild or something. Double Bazaar Displace. Be careful about some of these piles, but I think I'm in a better scoring position just because I have a few more coffers. Displace is seeming like maybe double Bazaar Displace. Or I might be light on draw, I'm not sure. I guess this Merchant Guild could have been a Displace. That would have been a little better. Mid-turn gain the thing. I also wonder if I continue to actually need this watchtower that much. Maybe not. I mean, kind of ready to lose this recruiter, although we should note that hunting grounds can lead to a rather quick pile out, depending. Kind of makes me not want to trash any of these, but oh well. We have to be I think we're going to have to start scoring soon. So maybe this looks more like Displace Hunting Grounds Province, which costs a lot. And none of it really needs to be top decked. Could be another hunting grounds too. down Displace into Merchant Guild. It's okay. I'm going to be really happy that I ditched the Recruiter instead of the Watchtower here. I'm going to sustain villagers that way. I don't know that it's the most necessary. Displace province to Merchant Guild is what I'm thinking. We'll see how the turn works. I'm generally feeling okay about things, just there's always some doubt. Always some doubt. That's duchy. Maybe it'll be like double hunting grounds for you. I don't know. Could also go after another bazaar. Of course. My assumption right now is I'm going to have to play this Watchtower for draw, is what we're waffling through. Maybe take another Merchant Guild and just kind of go after provinces. What's the other option? I'm thinking about Duke. This was totally expected. Yeah, let's go to another hunting grounds and put that on top. We were like super guaranteed to draw here. Okay. Duchy, Guild, Puka. Maybe I just take 3 provinces. Like, can you realistically take 4 next turn? No way. I mean, there's some dud chance, but... Or I take 2 provinces and a hunting grounds. I mean, if we're worried about draw, which maybe we are. A little bit. I think this seems okay. I'm going to pretend this Puka was the hunting grounds I just bought. Okay. Well, unless you're somehow winning this turn, I think I'm winning on mine. Do have that impression. Unless somehow this Puka doesn't draw anything I need, which is also possible, of course. Because, like, whether we're displacing hunting grounds, displacing Wayfarer, it doesn't really matter. We just need 1 displace of a real target. Might have been a little bit heavy on silvers last turn. Yeah, I should not have been gaining so many silvers. That's what I'm discovering right now. There's the problem in a nutshell. Too many silvers. Okay, well that'll make things easier. Just need to find 2 gains, basically. Which obviously I'm not going to do, because why would we? But try to win the last game. Okay. Okay, this is sufficient, right? Like, I barely got there. Yeah. I don't... Like 3 provinces cannot have been the correct thing to leave. It just couldn't have been. Anyways. This looks like a good 2-5. Ratcatcher Butcher. Not that into a monastery open, ever, really. With some idea that maybe if I go Ratcatcher Butcher, I can go up and hit 6. I hope you have a 3-4. That's my hope. Monastery Butcher, much worse at hitting 6. So that's not what we're going to do. Question will be, can I convert it? Do we Foresight here? Probably. The other option is like a Diplomat. With the idea that I can Ratcatcher something out and then play Diplomat okay. Kind of like that idea. I mean, the Butcher might miss, which would stink. But please don't miss, Butcher. I'm begging you. Be like, yep. Oh, God. Why? I could have foresighted last turn and had this not happen and we would have hit 6. But no. I had to get overly ambitious. I'm going to take another Ratcatcher. I mean, I don't know what I'm butchering into at this point. I'm probably butchering into Ratcatcher because we'd still like to hit 6. So maybe this is just going to be a silver. Okay, well, this will be Foresight, however it works. Well, no, it won't be Foresight. It'll be an Artisan. Jeez. Everything in there is a state. Do we just go up and take our Artisan? I don't even know. What a complete failure of a deck. Just utter trash. Next turn I'm going to hit 2. I'm going to lose. Maybe we take a capital city. I just straight up do not have the stuff to be working an Artisan into the deck yet. Just sucks so much. I'm so dead. Do we Foresight over this? I think we Foresight over this. What am I doing? Can't trash an estate. I can't really do anything properly this game. I thought the 2-5 was really good, and then the Butcher missed, and it just like all fell apart immediately. It was so bad. Oh well. Litter, huh? I don't love that. This can be to actually anything. Maybe it should be another it should be like Capital City Artisan, right? Like I can do that. Yeah, totally. Let me get a Canal. Could I actually get Artisan Canal? I think that would have been better. Oh well. Next time. Litter. This is alright. I might get one. I mean, I just want to see my stuff more. Is most of the reasoning. We should get Canal soon, though, so that Artisan can gain Artisans. Being thin fast. That's that unexpected. Capital City, Diplomat. I mean, it's Diplomat. Jeez. Crap's just painful. Maybe another Capital City. I mean, I could go up and get Litter right now. It'll add a debt. Oh well. Kind of need better draw. I mean, just like, I'm just not seeing my cards each turn, which is really no good. I don't even really need to, well, there is some advantage to foresighting into this, but the advantage of foresighting into that would be that, you know, we trigger the shuffle, but I don't think it's that valuable. I could butcher the silver into a butcher before we shuffle. It might be okay. I'm just having a really, really tough time with this deck where I'm just not, as I say, I'm just not seeing cards at the correct rate. Okay, I mean, we need Canal, we need Monastery, we need so many things. Do I do it? Maybe. There's a lot to get through, but okay, that's good at least. What do we want? We need another Diplomat. And we'd sure like Canal, but I don't think that's going to happen now. Let's go into Ratcatcher. I'm going to need Monastery at some point, but I really like to draw before then. Maybe just do it now. Buy another Capital City. Hope for the best. Into another Ratcatcher also. I didn't find the Ratcatcher, so of course I don't get next turn to start with one of those. Sigh. I wonder if I kept the silver if I would have reached Canal, probably. Oh well, too late now. Let's take Ratcatcher. Ugh. I mean, do you just, like, pile artisans on me? It's like, of course the Butcher missed. What were you expecting? You seem to be under the mistaken impression that decent draws are possible. The thing is, I feel like you just kind of win next turn by taking however many artisans, and then I lose, and it's a 2-4, which isn't the worst thing ever, considering. I feel like game 1 was kind of a toss-up. I completely screwed up in whichever game it was. It was the Minstrel Displace, Inventor, just wrong deck. And the other 2 losses, I don't think I ever had a prayer in. Well, this one I had a prayer in. It had to be the Butcher missing, but these things happen. Okay. Well, oh gosh. Do we take this? Yes. To go after this artisan, which will gain a... what? Maybe it won't gain a what? Maybe it'll gain a who. I don't even know what that means. Capital city. Do we want to try to get a monastery in the deck this turn? Maybe? I kind of just want more draw. What I want is Canal. Okay. Don't trash. Okay, we can go copper to something here, I think. So that'll be 5 plus... No, I can't. This just has to straight up be Canal buy. Like that. A really, really severe 3 turns behind problem. Ugh. I mean, maybe you are supposed to Foresight. Like, I don't think so. I mean, there's just so many better things you can be. Like, if you do that, I don't know. No point in beating myself up over it. This thing is just so done. Yeah, the thing with the 5-2 there is you have to actually see the 5. And that's bad to not see it, so... And then the first game, I don't know, I feel like it basically just came down to that Falconer being in your hand to start the turn. And that was that. And then the other 2, well... The one I was wrong decked, and these other 2 were just... I couldn't do anything about, so... Oh well. Try to do better next time, and that I'll see you all.